All right, so the focus of today is going to be adding in binary. So I want you to know how the addition of it works. So the addition of binary numbers shares the properties of decimal addition. More importantly, the biggest idea is, of course, is the carry piece, where we need to carry the value over to the next highest term. So, what do I mean by that? Well, first off, the main properties of binary is that if we add 0 plus 0, what do we get? You tell me. What do you think you get? Don't jump out of your seats here. Trust me, you're right. What you're thinking the answer is. Yeah, 0 plus 0 is 0. Okay. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. And now the next one, you got to be careful. The next one is the tougher one. 1 plus 1. Now think of binary. Now this is the one that you're most likely not going to get right off the first shot, like the other ones in being obvious. But remember, in binary, the only options of the values are zeros and ones. So the answer cannot be 2. No, the answer can't be 1 because 1 would be 1. So that 1 plus 1 equals 1 wouldn't be true. So if this was in decimal, 1 plus 1 would be 2. What is 2 in binary? Can anybody remember what 2, how do you represent 2, the decimal number 2 in binary? It's close. You're getting close, Asia. There's a carry aspect in here. The answer is 10. 1, 0. So it's 2. Remember, 2, the number 2 in binary would be 2 to the 1 plus 2 to the 0. So remember, in binary, or 1, 0 in binary is equivalent to 2. All right. So this is what I'm referring to in terms of we have to carry the 1, most importantly. So we would have to carry that 1 number into the next digit spot. And similarly, if we were to add in a third digit, the numbers would be the same. So, 1 plus 0 plus 0 would give me 1. 1 plus 1 plus 0 would also give me 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1 would give me 1, 1, because that'd be 3. All right, so these are basically the other 3 properties that when we add 3 numbers. Now you're asking me, why would I need to add 3 numbers? Well, we're going to only be adding 2 binary numbers, but when we carry a number over, you think about your normal addition when you were like, oh, I get 5 plus 6 equals 7, or 5 plus 6 equals 11, so I put down a 1, and then I carry the 1 on to the next digit over. It's normal addition rules, so it should feel comfortable once you get this idea. But remember, you can only get 1s and 0s. So in 1 plus 1, would typically give me 2, but that actually is going to give me 10, 1, 0, because it has to go to the next one. So let's do an example. Let's add the numbers 1, 1. I'm going to do a decimal form check over here so that you can see that the math does work. Plus 1, 0. Okay? Now, this is the same thing as 3 plus 2. What is 3 plus 2 in decimal form? I know, very obvious. I just want to have you come on and participate along with me.
5.
5. All right, so I should get 5 for my answer here. Okay? So, I should get the binary equivalent of 5. So, all right, so here, 1 plus 0 is
1.
1. 1 plus 1 is
2.
No. It's not 2. We're doing binary. It's 10. So it's 0, carry the 1 over to the next spot. And since there's nothing else to add, I get 1. So 11, 1, 0 plus 1, 1, 1 plus 1, 0 gives me 1, 0, 1. Now, so that's my answer. And just to confirm, 1, 0, 1 is the equivalent of 2 times 4 plus 0, or sorry, that's 1 times 4, plus 0 times 2 plus 1 times 1, which is 4 plus 1, which gives me 5. So the binary, that's the purpose of that is that binary does work, the addition. So that's example A. Let's do another example. Okay. 1, 0, 0, 1 plus 0, actually, let me change this one. I want to go right here. There we go, for the purpose of my example. 0, 1, 1, 1. Now this is the same thing as 1 to the, this is the same thing as 8 plus 0 plus 2 plus 1. So that's 11. And the other number would be 4 plus 2 plus 1, which is 7. So that's the same thing as adding these two numbers. So I would get the equivalent of 18. So this is the same as adding 11 plus 7. I'm only going to do these for this first two, just as a confirmation of our math work. Okay. So the first number, 1011, is the equivalent of 11. 0111 is the equivalent of 7. So let's add these numbers. The first one I get is 1 plus 1 on the far left, right here. Just like normal addition, start from the right. I get 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1 is?
2.
No. Remember, it's binary.
10.
10. 1, 0, if you want to say. So
0.
So the 0 comes here, and notice the carry right here. I had to carry the 1. Just like normal addition. All right, now I get 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is?
7.
No. 1 plus 1 plus 1. 11. Yeah, so it's right up here. So those are the rules. So I get, I would get 10. 1 plus 1 is 10, or 1, 0. And 1, 0 plus 1 would give me 1, 1. All right? So it's 1, and that's as hard as it gets. 1. Carry the 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. Plus 1 is? It's the same thing as 1 plus 1.
10.
10. So 0, carry the 1. And then now I get 1 plus 1, which is?
11.
No. 10. And there's no more others, so I have 10. So my answer is 1, 0, 0, 1, 0. That's the same thing as 16 plus 0 plus 0 plus 2 plus 0, which is 18. That's just, yeah, I'm not going to ask you to check the work. All I'm going to be asking you to do is do the math that's right there. Okay? So remember, the big kicker here, the hardest things right here, just as a reminder, the hardest parts of this work is that 1 plus 1 is 10, 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 11. Those are the toughest, those are the only things that kind of do work differently in this math than other math. All right, every other math, because everything else can be plus a 0, works the same. 1 plus 1 is 10, or 1, 0. It's not the number 10, remember, it's 1, 0, which is 2. And 1 plus 1 plus 1 gives you 1, 1, which is the equivalent of 3, which makes sense. Let's do another example. Okay. Someone starts spitting me out some 1 and 0s. One, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1. And we will add to that, and I'm just going to make sure that they overlap with each other. 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1. All right. I'm not going to check the work in terms of these anymore. We're going to actually do it. All right, so we do our normal math. 1 plus 1. We start from the far right. 1 plus 1. Which gives me?
11.
No.
10?
10. 1 plus 1 is 1, 0. It's 10. Only when we get 3 1s will we get the 11. 1 plus 1 is? Plus 0.
10.
10. 1 plus 0 plus 1 is?
10.
1 plus 0 plus 1 is?
And 2.
1 plus 0 plus 0 is?
1 plus 0 plus 0. 10?
No.
1.
1, yes. 1 plus 0 is?
Oh,
You don't know what 1 plus 0 is?
1.
We just did it, yeah.
I'm confused. I tell you where normal.
No, only thing that's not normal is the 1 plus 1 and the 1 plus 1 plus 1. And finally, 1 plus 1 is?
10.
10. And that's my answer. 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0. The only thing that changes, the only thing that's different is that 1 plus 1 is 10, and 1 plus 1 plus 1 would be 11, because it's 10 plus 1. Now, when I say 10, everything I'm referring to is in binary. So it's not really 10, it's 1, 0. So 1 plus 1 is 1, 0. or if you want to think about it as being 10, it works the same. So remember, the only thing you really need to know, or make sure that it's front and center, is these two rules right here. Beyond that, you're going to get 1 plus 0, or 1 or 0 plus 0, and when you add 0, it's just those rules don't change. I mean, 1 plus 0 is still 1, 0 plus 0 is still 0. It's the fact that when you get these 1 plus 1 is 10, and 1 plus 1 plus 1 being 11, and the reason why we would get 3 is because we have to carry the 1 from the previous one. So it sounds to me like I'm definitely not going to go into the next part of the future lesson, because in order to do the next one, you really have to understand how to do this one. So I'm going to make sure that we'll give you the time to do the homework on these ones before we go. I was going to do subtraction, and we can do subtraction in binary, but my feeling here is that I don't want to push you too much in terms of something that I want you to understand the properties. There is subtraction that does occur, but for us, I'm just going to focus on addition, and then tomorrow I'm going to focus on multiplication. So those are the two operations. Although there is 4 operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. I want to make sure we're able to do these ones right here. I guess one more time I'll do the check right here. So this is the same thing as 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 30. This is the same thing as 64 plus 32 plus 2 plus 1. That's 96, 98. So this is 99 plus 64 plus 8 plus 4 plus 1. That gives me 72, 77. And that would give me a 6, carry the 1s, 176. And 10110000 is the same thing as 128 plus 32 plus 16, which is 176. So it does work out. All right. All right. Let's do one last example. Think, if you're following along and you've been going with us, I think you should feel much comfortable now. Can I get somebody else to give me one binary number? Zero, zero, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. Okay. And we will add to that 1. Let's have a little fun. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay. All right. Let's see if we got the property now. All right. I'm going to pause really fast. I want you to attempt to do it on your own. I'm going to pause it really quickly for about a minute. And I want you to attempt to do this on your own, and then we'll do this example together. Then that was enough time to practice and try and see and get it on your own. All right, let's start from the right, just like normal addition. 1 plus 1 gives me? Now remember, we're working in binary, so 1 plus 1 is 10. Perfect. 1 plus 0 plus 1?
0.
No. 10. Thank you, Isis.
10.
1 plus 1 plus 1?
11.
1 plus 0 plus 1?
0.
No.
I mean 10.
1 plus 1 plus 1.
11.
Thank you, Isis. I'm following you along. 1 plus 1 plus 1.
0.
No. Not even close.
10.
Not even close.
10.
No.
11. Where are we?
Okay, Leon, we need to mute that mic. We need to mute that mic because I think you're throwing people off more so on this topic right here.
I was one step ahead.
You were quite a bit off right here. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 gives me
11.
Yeah, we're working right here. So that gives me 11. 1 plus 0 plus 1 gives me 10. Thank you. And finally, 1 plus 0 plus 1 gives me 10. Perfect. And that's my answer. 100110100.
It was right.
So I know what you were doing, Elian. So Elian, what you were doing is you did the work ahead as I asked you to. So thank you for completing the problem. And so when you were responding back to me, you were responding with just the number on the bottom that you got from your work. Which was getting a little bit. In the purpose of lecture notes, I wanted to make sure that we were talking about the 10s and the 11s when we had to do those with the carrying of the 1. So that's all. You do what you knew. I know you know what you were doing. It was just the fact that you were telling me the digit place that was going to be on the bottom, and not referencing these carrying values over there. Okay. So once again, just to reiterate, 1 plus 1 is 10, 1 0, and 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 1 1. These are the only math differences for addition in binary. And more importantly, you need to carry that 1 on front over to the next digit place when doing these. So tomorrow, I'm gonna ask for just a little bit of time tomorrow at the beginning. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna I guess like bank some of my synchronous time for tomorrow. If you got this addition part, then tomorrow should be easy. All right, because the multiplication is identical to the normal multiplication rules that we do when we do multiplication. And then the second step is then you have to do the addition. So you will have to do the addition. There will be more than just 2 digits. That's the big difference when we get into tomorrow. It could be adding 3 numbers, 4 or 5 numbers, and so forth. Like 1 plus 1 plus 1. Those are where it gets a little bit more trickier that we'll talk about. With that, I think we've given enough examples. I think we've gotten the process down a lot better from those who are responding. If I thank you for Isis for giving me all those responses, and Elian and TJ, Asia, I see some responses in there. Delaney as well, Delaney, sorry, as well, giving them those responses. So thank you all for participating in those. I hope you feel comfortable with them. I will still be here for the remainder of the class, but we are going to run the rest of it in an asynchronous way.